Yeah, we back. We had to restart the stream. YouTube jacked us a little bit earlier, so we're gonna restart this thing. We gotta get ourselves together over here. Salute. We're gonna jump right on into it. The title of the night show this afternoon. The show is why there's so many blacks in Andros, Bahamas. Salute. Why there's so many blacks in Andros, Bahamas. Yeah, I was checking out a stream that I did recently about the Yamasis, and I saw in the comment sections Bert Sweeten said, "Can you please explain fully about the black Seminoles of Andros, Bahamas? The origins is rather unclear." Hey, salute to Bert Sweeten. So I thought to myself, why not? Let's talk about the Seminoles of Andros, Bahamas. And before we talk about the Seminoles of Andros, Bahamas, though, we got to set a foundation. We got to talk about the Seminoles in general. All right, so we're gonna start here. By the way, I'm Blackjack, this House of Masculinity. You know, we make content for the real straight and masculine men. We make content for the whole tribe. If that's you, you're in the right place. If that ain't you, you let the door not hit your ass with the Most High split your ass. Hey, but today we talking to Seminoles and how they end up in Andros, Bahamas. Because, you know, it's, a lot of people want to say, why there's so many blacks in Andros, Bahamas. Because when we go to Wikipedia and we look up Andros, Bahamas, the Andros Islands is an archipelago within the Bahamas, the largest of the Bahamian Islands. It's the largest of the Bahamian Islands. Politically considered a single island, Andros in total has an area greater than all the other 700 Bahamian islands combined. The land area of Andros consists of hundreds of small islets and cays connected by mangrove estuaries and tidal swamplands, together with three major islands: North Andros, Mangrove Cay, and South Andros. The three main islands are separated by bights, estuaries that trifurcate the island from east to west. It is 167 kilometers long by 64 kilometers wide at the widest point. And you know, a lot of people want to know, why on earth are there so many Negroes there? You big dummy. Why on earth are there so many blacks in Andros, Bahamas? Because when you look at the history, and then you go to the hold on, before we go to the history, let's go to the demographics, which I thought they would have had here, but let me scroll down to see if we pull that up. Now we know where we at. Or let's just type in the demographics of Andros, Bahamas, so we can get an idea. Demographics of Andros, Bahamas. Because they want to know, why on earth are there so many Negroes there? Why on earth are there so many blacks in Andros? Alright, population of 7,490, ethnic groups, blacks, 85%. Salute. You big dummy. 85% blacks, huh? Alright, so let's talk a little bit about Andros, Bahamas. But like I say, before we talk about Andros, Bahamas, let's get the history of where these people come from. All these blacks in the Andros, 85%, right? Let me show y'all a little something. We're gonna start with the Seminole Wars, their foundation, right? The Seminole tribe of Florida has a long history in the greater Tampa area, right? And all over Florida. Let's scroll down. The United States government waged 3 conflicts against the Seminoles during the 1800s, referred to collectively as the Seminole Wars. It's basically an attempt by the United States to erase the indigenous presence of Florida, he said. The Seminole tribe of Florida views it as one long war with no periods of peace in between. Yeah, from the first, second to the third, right? Starting in the 1800s, right? The Seminole Wars, the unconquered Seminoles, right? I'm just laying some foundation because we wonder how all these blacks get in Andros, Bahamas, and how they related to the Seminoles, the unconquered Seminoles. The Seminole Tribune. Black Seminole descendants surviving Andros Island. Yeah. Black Seminole descendants surviving Andros Island. You big dummy. 85% black or Naga, Negro, I guess Seminole, huh? Let's see. The unconquered Seminoles, right? Let's go back to Andros, Bahamas. Black Seminole descendants surviving Andros Island. Andros Island, Bahamas. They came to Andros the first time in 1821, around the time of the Seminole Wars, right? Secretly seeking sanctuary and independence on the fabled island, a strategically located asylum for pirates, bootleggers, and assorted outlaws. Andros Island's the largest in the Bahamas chain, is still a rugged archipelago. Guess I'm saying that right. Covered with limestone, hard scrabble, skinny pines, palmetto bushes, blue hole caves, and giant land crabs. A 3-day dugout canoe ride from South Florida across the Gulf Stream and the 3rd largest barrier reef in the world. So, you know, I guess some of the bands of the Seminoles, the unconquered, you know, they said let's go on and get out of Dodge, and they left Florida, and some of them landed in Andros, Bahamas. You know, the Seminole War thing was real. It's not a game, y'all. You know, we're talking about the history of the Naga and why so many Nagas in the Andros Island of the Bahamas. Y'all hit me up with that like, hit the subscribe, share the video, hit me up in the chat, let me know where you at. Why so many blacks in the Andros Islands of the Bahamas? Well, we talking about it. And it started with the Seminole War and the Seminole Indians of Florida. The unconquered Seminole Indians of Florida. Right? That's where it started, right? With the unconquered Seminoles. The Seminoles ultimately withstood the U.S. assault despite being outgunned and outnumbered, said Dr. Frank. A group of Florida Seminoles were able to avoid removal and escape into the Everglades and join tribal members already residing there. The military did not pursue them for this reason. Descendants of people who lived in the Everglades often called themselves the unconquered Seminoles, said Dr. Frank. Yeah, the Everglades and where else, right? The Everglades and where else? So, I guess Andros Islands, right? Let's go back to that. History calls them the Black Seminoles. Mostly runaway so-called Africans. Oh, now they runaway Africans. Fleeing the various slavery scenarios, politics, broken promises, and wars of the Spanish, British, United States, and Southeastern American Indians. Though they were considered slaves by the Seminole Indians, history records they were treated with a higher respect and independence far beyond the traditional concept of slavery. Okay. Well, some went to Texas, yeah, Mexico or Oklahoma. Don't sound like slaves to me. Sound like some free blacks. Negro Indians, right? Willingly or forced. Others chose to brave the sea in canoes, either south to Cuba or to Andros, where they established an isolated community named Red Bays on the island northwest shore. The Cuban Seminoles eventually joined them. So they had the Cuban knockers come on down with the Florida Nagas. They say, you know what, we're gonna just go on and make this Andros Island our home. Salute. But we just talking about why so many blacks in Andros Island. You know, to the tune of 85%, right? To the tune of 85%. Let's continue reading. Today, nearly 200 years. I skipped some. Almost immediately, local Bahamian folklorists, fascinated by the lengthy isolation, unusual cultural practices, and general atmosphere of mystery, Your history always a mystery. When the knocker did it, it's always a mystery.
Big dummy.
Salute. The atmosphere of mystery presented by the black Seminoles exaggerated them as wild Indians.
You big dummy.
They called you a wild Indian sometime. Urban Indian. They call you wild and urban right now. Though several professional anthropologists and adventurers came into contact with the black Seminoles of Red Bays and established their connection to the U.S. Seminoles, they remained relatively unknown to the world until the mid-1930s, when ethnomusicologist Alan Lomax wrote about the Seminole Negroes and recorded a song sung by Mr. Bowlegs, a resident of Andros Islands. Yeah, Bowlegs, that's a Seminole name, right? That's a Seminole surname, Bowlegs, right? If you ain't know, now you know. Today, nearly 200 years after the first Seminoles landed on these shores, anthropologists agree that the majority of residents in the present-day settlement of Red Bays on Andros Island are descended from those original exiles from Florida. Let me run that back for the knockers in the back that's putting their little guard or whatever they doing. Today, nearly 200 years, yeah, back from 1821, right? Nearly 200 years after the first Seminoles landed on these shores in Andros, Bahamas, anthropologists agree, the anthropologists all agree, they say, hell, these same knockers, that the majority of the residents in the present-day settlement of Red Bays on Andros Island are descended from those original Seminole black Indians from Florida. Salute. Yeah, the majority of them, right? Just about all these knockers. You might as well just gonna say all of them. Salute.
You big dummy.
Your history right in your face. Descendants of Seminole Indians living in other parts of the country and world have always been of interest to Chairman James E. Billy. Most Seminoles who fled Florida during the wars of the 1800s crossed the Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico in dugout canoes to establish communities that still exist in Texas, Mexico, and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Salute. You know, now you know. That's how they end up there. They're trying to get away from these colonizers in their war. Yeah, let's go to another one. The wild Indians, yeah, they called you wild. You know, we talking Negroes. Andros Island, Black Seminole legacy in the Bahamas. And it's on JSTOR. Yeah, JSTOR, I don't like how they blow their ass up sometimes. It's always messing up the screen. Andros Island, Bahamas served as a refuge for freedom-seeking black Seminoles who escaped from Florida. They began landing secretly on the island in 1821 after the British in Nassau, that's local to me, reneged on their promise to help the Seminole Indians and black Seminoles fight against white aggressors in Florida. Yeah, the white aggressors, yeah, come to the land, salute.
You big dummy.
Talk about why so many, you know, I know they want to know, you know, we all know why all these Negroes in Andros, Bahamas, where these black Seminoles come from and how they got there. That's all we talking. Yeah. While conducting research on Andros Island in 1937, anthropologist John Goggin and met Felix McNeil. Okay, all the anthropologists agree, right? A descendant of the Florida black Seminole refugees. He encountered with McNeil and others led Goggin to conclude that he had positively identified the legendary wild Indians of Andros Island as descendant of the Florida black Seminoles. Salute.
You big dummy.
Salute.
You big dummy.
Salute. All right, we just showing sources. We got receipts, notes on Seminole Negroes in the Bahamas. Oh, knockers everywhere. These knockers just in the Bahamas leaving all kind of paper trail. Notes on Seminole niggas in the Bahamas. Where these niggas come from? These niggas to the tune of 85% of the population of the Andros, Bahamas, and they all over the damn Bahamas. What the hell? They talking about the Naga only originated in America. Is you kidding me? Notes on Seminoles in the Bahamas. On telling Alan Lomax, folk song collector, of my interest in and research on Seminole Negroes, he exclaimed, "Do you know there are some in the Bahamas today?" I told him I had followed their trail from Florida to Oklahoma to Texas to Mexico, but not yet in the other direction. Yes, he said, I haven't seen them, but that they are said to be in the northern part of Andros Island. Oh, you've seen them Nagas. You've seen them Nagas.
You big dummy.
You call them African Americans though. You saw those Seminole Indians. You saw the Nagas. Who are we kidding? The other Negroes are afraid of them. Said they're wild men. Come on, man. The Nagas ain't. See, all this is, I guess, they folklore. Let's continue. Said they're wild men, live in trees, shoot fish with bows and arrows, and are named bowlegs. Yeah, they shooting fish with bows and arrows. You know, you don't mind know how they were rocking, but there wasn't no Nagas afraid of no Nagas. Are you kidding me? Bowlegs, that's a Seminole Negro name. Bowlegs, that's a nigga name. If your last name Bowlegs, nigga, you a Seminole nigga. Bowlegs, that's a Seminole Negro name, certain name. All right, from King Bowlegs and his children. King Bowlegs, I guess King Bowlegs probably just like King Blue. But y'all ain't heard of King Blue unless you watch my video. Billy and Harriet Bowlegs, who were the owners or patrons of so many of the Seminole Negroes. It wasn't the owners, that was their family. It just told you Bowlegs was a Negro name. He was talking about the owners of the Seminole Negroes. I've encountered that name among the Seminole Negroes. Let's see this J story fucking up, y'all. Along the whole trail to Mexico. And by the way, wasn't there a Mr. Bowlegs among the singers? Alright, see, I don't know why my J Store don't want to straighten back down, but I'm just relating content on content, just showing y'all some receipts. Talking about these Nagas. These Nagas down here in Andros, Bahamas. Nagas moving all around, you know, these Seminole Nagas. How they got there? To the tune of 85% of the population. 85% ethnic groups of Andros, Bahamas. 85% Naga. Black, right? Naga, black, whatever you want to call it, Negro, colored, Indian, however you want to put it, Seminole. You can put it however. It's all the same damn thing. It's all the same damn thing. And they just telling y'all all the history right here. They giving y'all all the drop. They giving us all the drop, y'all. They giving it all to us. They told you today, nearly 200 years ago, after the first Seminoles landed on these shores. Anthropologists agree. All the anthropologists we just read about, that the majority of the residents in the present day settlement of Red Bay, Andros Island, the majority of the residents, right? Andros Island are descendants from those original exiles from Florida, descendants of Seminole Indians. Salute.
You big dummy.
We can drive it home over and over again to make it clear. These niggas ain't African. These Nagas ain't from no Africa. Seminole Negroes. Negroes moving from Florida down to Cuba into the Bahamas. Then you want to call them African American. You know who they is. They the Seminole Negroes. Yeah, man, this history is all over the place. Hey, once again, salute to the brother Burton Sweet, just for asking the question. Can you please explain fully about the black Seminoles of Andros, Bahamas? The origins is rather unclear. But we clearing up the origins. We clearing it all up. And we know, as far as they know, it started in Florida with the Seminole Indians, with the unconquered Seminoles. The Seminoles ultimately withstood the U.S. The idea of Florida Seminoles as a political entity is a modern notion that arose in the 1950s. Yeah, they talking politics with the Seminoles. The Seminoles was quite strong at the time when they knew who they were. Yeah, Seminole Negroes, right? What a red man at in Andros. Salute.
You big dummy.
Where the red man at? He nowhere in sight, y'all. Hey, y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Share the video. If you like this kind of content, hit me up in the content section and let me know. You know, I'm gonna keep bringing it just to keep proving the identity of the American Naga. You know, stronghold of the color race. You know, the copper colored Naga. You know, found here by Europeans. The real definitions of a Native American, the Aborigine, the Indigenous American. However you want to slice it, whoever want to slice it. $5 Indians, choose your weapon. Come with your game on point, cause the tribe gonna tell you to sit your $5 ass down before they make change. Salute.
You big dummy.
Hey, this Black Jack, this is the House of Masculinity, man. Like I say, we're just talking to Andros, Bahamas. But we're gonna keep it short tonight. Peace to the tribe. Respect my house, or we'll let the donut hit your ass with the Most High split your ass. Peace. We out.